Every brand tells a story. And they are the storytellers. The Sutradhars. They present a brand with band, baja and barat to you. They are the Brandwalas. He heads one of India's leading digital platforms for buying and selling used vehicles. Vikram Chopra, co-founder and CEO, Cars24.com. He pioneered a tech-first end-to-end model for buying and selling pre-owned vehicles, building a multi-billion-dollar auto tech unicorn that has since expanded its footprint globally to the UAE, Thailand, and Australia. With a robust network, AI-powered valuations, and a seamless online experience, Cars24 has set new benchmarks in transparency, speed, and trust in the automobile resale market, transforming the pre-owned car ecosystem with data-driven pricing, instant deals, and doorstep convenience. Vikram took one of India's most opaque markets, the used car industry, and drove it straight into the digital age. He is our Brandwala. You're watching the Brandwalas. I am Krishnakumar, and we are in conversation with Vikram Chopra, founder of Cars24.com. Vikram, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here.
Great to be here.
On the Brandwalas, I want to begin by asking, talk to us. It's been 10 years since the founding of Cars24.com. Talk to us. What's this journey been like?
It's been a roller coaster. First 5 years felt easy.
Okay.
Next 5 years felt harder.
The first 5 years is supposed to be the most difficult years.
Yeah, for me it was the other way around. First 5 years felt easier. The next 5 years felt harder.
Why so?
I think as we grew, we took up more challenges, more ambition. When we started, we were very happy. I remember speaking to my co-founders and said, if we become a billion-dollar company, that's it, right? That's like we have achieved life goals.
Yeah.
Like that's it. We don't do anything else. We just lie down all day and do nothing. But I think by the time we got to that milestone, I think our ambitions became bigger and we wanted to do more. And I think as you try and do more, then you realize, okay, it's hard, but it's fun. It's fun because it's hard. I think that keeps it going.
Tell us, what was it like marketing this brand called Cars24 in the first 100 days of you starting out? How was marketing for it back then? What did you do?
Yeah.
What kind of budgets did you have?
Yeah.
And how do you market Cars24 now?
Yeah, so all of us were engineers who started Cars24 and working at Cars24, or engineers or people who just know data, right? We deal with data all the time. So we were always trying to be very rational or scientific about how do we do anything. So for example, even Cars24 as a name came about, we said, we need to have a name that has cars in the name itself, because a consumer is buying or selling car once in several years. So a name should make it super obvious, right? So that's how we said our name has to have cars. And then we came up with this idea that, you can sell your car to Cars24 24/7, anytime. You can run an online auction and you can sell the car. So that's why we made it Cars24. So even the origin of name was pretty much to us like a formula. We were solving a formula and this is the solution, Cars24. So from the beginning, we were thinking about even naming the company in a way that it markets itself and not have to explain it.
What was the frugal marketing that you were doing in the initial days? How did you start out?
So the frugal marketing idea initial days was testimonials. So, we were very surprised and loved the fact that even a lot of celebrities were selling the cars to us.
Okay.
Right? So we had cricketers, we had people
Like?
from Bollywood. So lots of them.
Oh, you don't want to give names?
I don't even remember probably
Okay.
all the names, but so one hack I did, which is why probably I shouldn't give the name, is that I used some of their photos, because we had their real photos, right, selling the car to us,
Yeah.
on the Facebook ads. We didn't have any budget. Obviously, some of them reached out and saying you have to pull the ad down, which we did. But by then, we made.
Wow. Okay.
So it was literally a hack. But
Okay.
when you had no budget and you want to get the word out, we said like, okay, and some were kind enough to actually allow us to
lovely.
do that for a little bit. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the initial days.
That was full hack, right?
Yeah, and then how did it evolve?
I did several other hacks, right? So Google My Business, Google business page listings, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of unclaimed listings lying around of car dealerships and so on. I went and put Cars24 number there so that anybody who calls, right, gets to Cars24. So initial days, starting a company, reading all these books from Silicon Valley about how they hacked their way to becoming. So, we were like bursting with ideas on how to, find users without having to spend any money. So those were like first of the few things which were like really hacky, not scalable. Not something you can do for months. You can do it for like a couple of weeks.
The perfect jugaad, if I may.
Pura jugaad, ki, get the word out without spending a single rupee. Then the other thing that we did, which I think was a smart, scalable thing, is that my co-founder actually came up with this idea ki yaar, car owner, where do they go? Most. Petrol pump, right? They always will go to petrol pump. So we said our first physical location where a customer can sell the car has to be at a petrol pump, right? So we literally found a petrol pump back then, Golf Course Extension Road in Gurgaon, which nobody used to go there back then. Now it's pretty busy. So we found a gas station there and convinced those gas station owners to give us some space to allow us to run our operations from there. And what happened was that, they had like a small office space. And funnily enough, the lady who used to sit there, she said, "Beta, I am going on my summer vacation for 2 months, right? So you can use this as your office." So we had an office for free. Our original idea was to be at the petrol pump so that we can literally meet consumers and ask them, "Sir, you want to sell your car? Ma'am, you want to sell your car? Give us a try." To the point we actually could like have a space for 4 people to sit there in the heat of June and July and run our operations as well from there.
Tell us, what has been your experience with influencer marketing and celebrity marketing?
When we started Cars24, right, I think we were pioneers in what we were trying to do. So when we used to tell people that we buy any car, because this is what we would say, like, "Oh, what do you do?" As I help consumers sell their car. "Will you buy my Audi?" I said, "Yes." "Oh, will you buy my 20-year-old car?" I said, "Yes." "Oh, will you buy my 6-month-old car?" "Yes." So like you buy any car, right? And this was sort of the constant conversation. So our first campaign was "We buy any car." And radio is a more efficient format, and we were only in Delhi. So we obviously wanted to do something in Delhi. So our first campaign was very loud. A jingle which just kept shouting, "We buy any car, we buy any car, Kali Pili car, we buy any car." And then we came up with another one that you can sell your car in 30 minutes at Cars24. And those really stood out back then because we were the only ones doing it, right? And it was pretty much like a shock to everyone that they had never heard anything like this, right? But since then, I think this has now become market baseline, right? That everybody tries, and even like local dealers and everyone tries to provide. So now we have focused more on trust, or on our value proposition. For example, a lot of focus now on that if you sell cars to Cars24, then your title transfer is safe, right? You don't have to worry about payments. Or if you're buying a car from us, we recently launched a 30-day return money back guarantee, right? That you can return the car up to 30 days, right? Even after at the 30th day, you can say, "Oh, I don't want this car," and give us back. So it has become a lot about building trust with the audience.
Do you now choose to do celebrity marketing? or like so many other direct-to-consumer brands, they do hyper-local influencers and market through them.
Yes, influencer marketing works beautifully for our business because it's people love to browse car content, right? There are a lot of car lovers.
Whether you're actually buying a car
Whether
or
you're
not.
buying or not, they love to browse, right? So I think influencer marketing is a great way to reach out to your audience because we are not a impulsive category anyway. So it's very hard for me to pinpoint and reach out to a consumer saying that, hey, this is the person looking to buy a car. So which is why our skew of brand marketing is also much higher because we just want people to know that we are there while we help them enjoy watching car videos or getting to know about fun trivia about cars and so on, and which is where YouTube and partnering with influencers is actually a big part of our approach.
Okay, so influencers for sure, celebrities no.
Celebrities we have done in the past. MS Dhoni has been our brand ambassador. He's actually also an investor in Cars24. Before that, we had worked with Boman Irani, Nawazuddin. So we have used celebrities in the past, but I feel now we are past that stage where we need to announce ourselves. I think today people are aware about Cars24, but they have a lot of questions.
Okay, so you're saying that like celebrity marketing should be used at the right stage of a startup to get that brand recognition or visibility, and then doesn't have to be like a permanent feature.
Not necessarily. So, for example, the phase one for us was when nobody knew us, right? During that time, a celebrity got us attention, high-level trust. That look, if Dhoni is associated with Cars24, look, I can buy or sell a car from them. So we built awareness and built high-level trust. But then a lot of consumers still drop off. When we ask those customers, why do you drop off? Then they tell us, oh, you know what? I want to buy the car, but how do I trust nothing will go wrong? How do I know that you will provide me after-sales service in my town? Because I don't live in Delhi. I live in 200 kilometers from there. I need financing. How do I know that I will get attractive terms? So there are a lot of these nuances now that people want to also get comfortable with. So our marketing now has gone from what technically we call awareness to consideration. That awareness is solved, but we now need to get more consumers to give us a shot. And for that, we need to answer the queries or the barriers that are preventing them from trying.
And that you're doing through influencer marketing?
That we are largely doing through YouTube, through influencer marketing. Even on digital, writing blogs. I write a lot of content on social media through a variety of things.
Okay. Tell us some of the best campaigns that you thought hit the nail in the head when it comes to Cars24. You just spoke about working on all those ads with Boman Irani, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, and MS Dhoni. Talk to us, anything interesting that you remember from that time, something that really worked well.
Just few days ago we had that sad news of Mr. Piyush Pandey passing away, right? And in 2020 we had done one ad with him and his team, and where we had insisted to them that we had to work with Pandey sir because he's just brilliant. So the problem statement for us is, while everybody understood that we are a place where consumers can sell their car, they often thought that if Cars24 can buy the car so quickly, it's not going to be a good deal for me, right? Whereas what's happening technically is that we run online auctions, right? And dealers from all over India participate in those auctions, and that's how we do a price discovery for a seller looking to sell their car. Now, this is very complex. How do you actually tell it to the audience? That's why we went to Pandey sir, and he came up with this brilliant idea called Duniya Boli Lagaegi. So we literally had an ad where a person goes with his Mama Ji to try and sell a car, and Mama Ji is like, मैं बताता हूँ गाड़ी कैसे बिकती है. And on one side Mama Ji says, जिसको ये गाड़ी लेनी है सब line लगाओ. And on other hand, a Cars24 representative comes and says, whoever wants to buy this car, you come this side, and our queue goes from Kashmir till Kanyakumari, and the other queue is just like very local. So I think it was a very that ability to simplify, and I still love that ad and sometimes watch it because it just made this what we thought is a very complex thing to explain. He just simplified it and made it beautiful. I feel cricket advertising is overhyped, I feel, in startups, right? Because
every startup wants to advertise in a cricket match.
and I think, the whole premise is that in one shot you reach out to everyone, right? Internally at Cars24, or my mind share is all on AI, right? How can I create like the first TV ad, using AI without using any humans or any physical production. But for example,
So you are attempting that as we speak?
I've told my team to attempt that.
Tell us, what is your all-time favorite advertisement campaign, or a TV advertisement, or a brand campaign, or a marketing campaign that really stayed with you and continues to inspire you in what you do today?
I love comedy, right? And I think those only recently, I've been revisiting Pandeyji's campaigns, right? So the Vodafone Zuzu ones, right? Because I remember that was a time when I was also working on Cars24 idea, and those ads came out, and they were like very intelligent as well as very playful. They bring a smile to you. So I particularly love those ads because they stand out, also communicate very specific value propositions, and you just cannot forget them ever, right? I love that ad.
Vikram, tell us, what according to you is the big buzz as far as the world of advertising and marketing and branding is concerned?
Yeah, internally at Cars24, or my mind share is all on AI, right? How can I create like the first TV ad, using AI without using any humans or any physical production. But for example,
so you are attempting that as we speak?
I've told my team to attempt that.
A full-blown television commercial
made on
AI, on a computer.
AI, on a computer screen, right? And because internally a lot of it's amazing, because today now when you're like, for example, you spoke about performance marketing, right? We often debate about whether this banner looks nice or not. But now you can have 1,000 variations of that banner and you can try everything. So the engineer in me, the data person in me feels very relaxed, right? Because I am not somebody who has as strong a feel for it, right? But I have a strong sense of data. Right? So I love it. Like, let's launch 1,000 variants of it. So let's see which one performs.
I mean, data and AI are essentially driving marketing these days, either way.
Yes. And it gives you velocity. So our ability to now refresh creatives, even on our app, for example, there are 1,000 festivals in India, right? Physically, how many banners can you create, and how many of those festivals you can cover? But with AI, I think there is no excuse for you to truly hyper-personalize and localize your app or website. You could reach out to a very specific, community in Andaman and say, I will personalize the banner for them basis the events and the dates and the months that matter to them, right? So you could reach that level of personalization, which is amazing.
Fascinating. Tell us, what according to you is overhyped in the world of branding, advertising and marketing, and hence is actually blah?
I think I feel cricket advertising is overhyped, I feel, in startups, right? Because
every startup wants to advertise in a cricket match.
And I think, the whole premise is that in one shot you reach out to everyone, right? And from across India, because, when you do on any other channel.
It's called the IPL phenomenon.
IPL, right? I have also succumbed to it and I've done it at least once, I remember. But I feel that, there are far more effective ways to reach out to the customers. And it's easy to get drowned in that noise, right? I mean, it's great for people who have super high budgets, but I'm going with an assumption that a lot of startups do not have very high budget. So going all in on IPL, which is like one shot, I don't think is a great idea. You would rather try 10 different ideas on other places and see what works, because many times you don't even know what will work and what will not, right?
I'm curious to know, what are the kind of AI tools that you use in your marketing and branding?
One of the things that I am insisting everyone, including for myself, is for all of us to learn Figma as one of the tools that
Figma.
We should be able to design things. Figma is a tool that's used by designers, but now even there you can prompt and create your own designs, right? It's called Figma Make. So why can't we all prompt and create designs? It could be this tool or something else, but each one of us can be a designer. Each one of us can come up with creative, at least a version 1 of the creative, and then a expert can take over it and then create it perfect. But I think everyone has ideas. You know, you find it hard to express it, but now you have tools to actually express it. So, you know, if you can create your own concept, design it, I think that's an amazing thing to do.
Vikram, tell us, what is the one thing about your job that you love the most? The one thing that, you know, that every morning when you wake up, you are like, you know, this is the reason why I do what I do. This is the one that drives you on a daily basis.
There is always, you know, I have realized I'm a person who once reaches a milestone doesn't celebrate even for a second and is looking at, okay, what's next? So just a few days ago, my team member sent, Vikram, this was the milestone we were chasing. This is my Diwali gift to you. This is what we were chasing for 24 months. We have gotten that. And my brain is immediately like, okay, the next milestone, let me now focus. So my team tells me, Vikram, give us some respite. But I think I love hard problems, I guess. And I think that keeps me really motivated to, and that also is punishing. And, you know, sometimes you feel exhausted. And when you don't get it right, you know, it's annoying. But I think that's
solving hard problems.
I just like, because you know, internally, I always tell my team and I tell myself that, you know, growth happens in discomfort. You know, no growth happens in comfort, right? So that's the only way, right? You know, if you're running and you're not feeling the pain in your legs or in your core, are you even running? So, you know, so let's embrace more discomfort and harder problems.
Tell us then, what is the one thing about your job that you don't like at all? The one thing that you detest? For the lack of a better word, we don't use the word hate on the show. So, you know, so what is the one thing that you don't look forward to?
You know, if left on my own, I am a person who would go quietly in a corner and not see anyone. And my job is exact opposite of that. You know, I have thousands of team members that I have to go meet all the time and interact with them and do ask me anything sessions and so on. I don't particularly, I mean, I do it and I do it with my whole heart, but, you know, if I had a choice, I would not do that. I would just always sit in my corner at work or even otherwise. But now AI helps me because I have created my AI avatar.
Wow.
And that also does some conversations, or, you know, if my team wants to shoot a video of mine, you know, they will get the story out. They'll get the story from me, but they will have the avatar do the talking, so I don't have to, you know, record all videos myself, which is amazing. I love that.
My goodness, I mean, it's basically a situation where an antisocial person is stuck in a job which requires you to be extremely social, and you are using AI to solve your antisocial issues.
Absolutely, absolutely. And my team is misusing it, this as well, right? Recently, they sent me a video where they are making me jump from one table to another in the office, which obviously is all AI made.
Okay, so you need to, you know, I'm sure you're also a subscriber to the whole protection of your personality rights, you know, which is now the big debate as far as AI is concerned. Celebrities, for, you know, going to the courts to protect their personality rights. I'm sure you'll have to do it very soon because of your team.
But I don't mind it right now.
Okay. Then tell us, you know, where do you see branding and marketing headed in the near future? You know, I understand for different startups at different stages of their growth, different kinds of marketing is required.
Yeah.
Right. But as a whole, certain things are universal. I mean, celebrity marketing can be done by an early stage startup or a later stage startup or a full blown company.
Yeah.
You know, same with influencer marketing. So certain things are universal. And AI is here to stay. AI is, you know, going to redefine how branding and marketing is done. But and in that context, what I'm asking, how do you see things changing for brands looking to reach the consumer, especially this
low attention span consumer.
No, and that's actually great point that you bring up, because in last few years, one of the realizations I have had, rather my teammates have made me have it, the younger people in the office or otherwise I've made it, is like, what do you guys stand for? Right? So what I mean is that, in an ad, in the way we think on performance marketing or ad, you get 30 seconds or like one banner and you talk very specifically about your value proposition, right? But what do you stand for? What are you trying to solve in this world, right? Why do you matter? How are you bringing a positive change, right? I think a lot of these conversations we were not doing. And I think in last 2-3 years, those have accelerated. Now, this is not something you do on TV or on performance marketing, but this is a lot that we do now on social media, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on our own blog. Not just me, but my team members. Okay, why are we doing what are we doing? What are we doing about the pollution? What are we doing about the safety, right? We are selling cars, but look, so many people are dying sadly because of the accidents. How are we doing our part, right? Are we ensuring that the cars are safe, right? Whether it leads to sales or not, that's not the point. The point is, are you just in the business of buying or selling cars, or are you also trying to make a positive impact in the society that you live in? And I think the younger audience and in general, more and more people care about this, right? And I think it also...
That you don't exist for just profit.
You just don't exist for profit, or right? And I think it also energizes your team members a lot, right? So
create a purpose in terms of what you do.
So we have organically now we have a dedicated in-house team where there are a couple of full-time, but a lot of volunteers. We call it Crash Free India. The whole job of this, the task of this small group is to reduce road crashes in India, right? And we have said, like, what can we do on our part to reduce road crashes in India, right? Because every life saved is far more worthy than, selling or buying another car. And, we can do both. We can save lives and buy and sell cars. I think those things I encourage startup founder that I need to think hard about, because it gives you a purpose that can keep you then going for decades and decades. But also it helps you stand out, differentiate, be taken seriously, and have a positive impact.
Okay, fascinating. I just want to understand, before we wrap things up, what are the plans for Cars24 from here on? For Cars24, what are the immediate plans with Cars24 in terms of, your brand and your services?
Yeah, we are not just in India, but we are also in Australia and UAE.
Okay.
And, touchwood, all 3 regions are doing very well. So in fact, for last few years, we were sort of silent on brand marketing, but now we are actively planning brand marketing in India, Australia, UAE, everywhere. So I think that's keeping us very busy and very excited, because it's almost like we were like silent on television, but we are going back on television again.
Well, wishing you the very best with all your future campaigns. Vikram, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on the Brand Wallas.